3-1 final. Let's roll. Presented by Town Fair Tire. All right, Tony, your thoughts on tonight's game. What did you see?
Well, typical Boston Bruin game. Just a great team all season. It was historic to watch this team all year, how they score goals, how they are on the power play. They did everything that they did in the regular season. They did it again tonight. They just seemed like the faster team. They were able to get to loose pucks. They were able to win foot races. They were the more physical team at times during this game. They just seem to have all aspects of their game running at full cylinder right now. They're a tough team to beat.
No, it's interesting, Tony. I said to Felger when I walked in, I said, wow, the second period, Florida really showed me something there. They really competed, and then they gave up that goal there, that great goal by DeBrusque at the end of the second period, but it was much more competitive than that. What did you see from Florida tonight? And on the flip side, is there anything from Boston that was concerning in that particular period?
Not really. In the second period, I think they had their best kill of the night right in the 5 minutes into the game, into the second period. They were able to go through a great kill. Florida wasn't able to generate anything. They didn't get the puck in the zone, couldn't get it set up offensively, and had 0 shots on net. So Boston's the game, their whole game is just so well-rounded. Their PK is great. Their power play is good. Their 5-on-5 is solid. Their defense are getting up, helping out offensively for the Bruins. And when they get opportunities, they're putting them in. Obviously, the Marchand goal tonight was probably the difference in the game. You have a bad goal like that, it always comes back to bite you.
Okay, nothing to be concerned about. Halfway through the game, I think they had 10 shots. I think they had 10 shots on net. They had plenty of shots, but they had 10 shots on net halfway through the game. You can see it right there. They had 9. They had 9 shots on net when Bergeron scores. That was their 10th, and I think it stayed right at 10 until past the midway point of the second period. And, you know, right after he scored, they cut away. ESPN did. I don't know what they did on SN. On ESPN, they cut away to the Bruins bench. And immediately I could see Jim Montgomery, I think, was sort of pointing and talking to Charlie Coyle, who just before then had sort of circled into the zone and had a real opportunity and didn't get a shot off. And I think what Montgomery was trying to say to the players was, get some shots on net on this guy. You know, he is a 30-year-old kind of journeyman, this Alex Leon. He's a AHL goaltender. And I don't know if they put enough pressure on him tonight, Tony.
Well, they just wanted to keep throwing pucks to the net. That's what it looked like in the third period, just putting everything at the net. When you let a goal in like that, you're always second-guessing yourself as a goaltender. The Bruins just wanted to keep that pressure on, keep it going. But, you know, Boston is just a superior team right now at this point of this series. And we know it's only one game in, but the way they played throughout the entire season this year was just incredible. It was incredible to watch, and it's going to be even better to watch in this postseason if they can maintain this level of play, which they have. It's crazy. You haven't been able to badmouth anybody, Mike, all year.
It's got to be kidding you.
It's got to be killing you.
Oh, by the way, I don't think that they were, so dramatically better than Florida tonight. I don't. I think Florida played them tough. The Bruins' last 2 goals were kind of garbage.
They were, but they're scrappy goals, and that's what you need in the playoffs. You have to get dirty goals. They're all not going to be pretty, but, you know, having guys like Bertuzzi up front, you get Foligno back. You've got some guys you could work around the lineup like I talked about earlier, putting Zacha in the middle and if Bergeron's out. They just have so many tools right now in their toolbox, and everybody seems to be running on full cylinders right now. They are just running at an incredible rate. Everybody's chipping in. Every guy's playing the way he needs to play. And that's why the Boston Bruins have been so successful throughout the regular season and hopefully now throughout the playoffs.
Now, it's really funny. You said Michael Felger cannot badmouth the Bruins. Now, come on, that was sarcasm. You know that he has and that he can. Now, he hasn't been badmouthing them, but we've been talking a lot about this historic regular season for the Bruins. And my friend here says, I just can't say they're the best team of all time. They're not an all-time great team. What are they? Now, you said they've got depth and they have dirty goals and they get the job done. But how about historically? The record says they're the best. But where do you slot them? You've been watching hockey and playing hockey for a long time.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to do again next year, I believe. You know, you look back at the Montreal Canadiens back in the day. You look at the Boston Bruins. Those teams are incredible. Obviously, there was a lot less teams and a lot more talent on these teams. But to have a season like this, I don't think I was ever involved in 17 years in the NHL, ever involved with a team that was able to win like that and be that successful during the regular season. It's unheard of, and especially in this day and age with the parity throughout the NHL right now.
Do you think it puts more pressure on them?
I think it does. I really do. And when you look back at the President's Trophy winners that have won the Stanley Cup, you got to go, 10 years to look at the Blackhawks in 2012, 13. I think the Blackhawks won the President's Trophy and the Stanley Cup.
You ever win a President's Trophy when you played?
Yeah, my first year with the Rangers.
Yeah, and what happened?
And we lost in the second round.
Not the first round.
Mario Lemieux happened.
So did you feel that pressure? Did you feel?
Oh yeah, you think
yes.
Your team, you did it all year. You're supposed to do it. You're supposed to get to the Stanley Cup final. And that's the way every Bruin fan is thinking when they walked in that rink tonight. We're going to the Stanley Cup final right now.
But how about the players? The players feel that way? Because I said this a while ago. One thing I haven't noticed from the players, just at a distance, is they don't seem to really give in to pressure. Pressure doesn't really seem to be around them. Maybe it's Montgomery. He seems to be like a laid-back kind of guy. Do you think the players feel any pressure? Because I don't see it.
No, I haven't seen it yet this year. Obviously, it's early in the playoffs. There's going to be some adversity at some point for this team. Obviously, they've had a hard time with the Carolina Hurricanes in years past throughout this regular season. I think that's the team that's going to give them the most problems because they're so structured, like the Boston Bruins are. But having a historic season like the way they have done it this year, they're just a team they're confident. They know they can get the job done, and that's the way it looks every time they step on the ice. Is we're going to get this done no matter what the score is.